professional level hand wrap. Go open up. There we go. Nice. How's it feel?
Yeah, it feels solid. Good.
Good stuff.
Cheers.
There we go. So never had your hands wrapped before,
Nah, first time.
That's fine. So usually there's a few different things you need when you're wrapping hands. So you need your gauze,
right.
You need your zinc oxide tape, and definitely a set of scissors, wherever they are. Because when you get these off at the end. So usually start off with, you want to yourself a decent section here. So we'll start off, we'll do a little wrap around the wrist. So keep your arm on the chair. There you go. So when you're doing this, you want to squeeze up a wee bit so they make sure that all the tendons in your wrist are going to be flexed. If I don't do this, it'll mean that basically at the end it'll cut off all the blood circulation. So we'll basically just build a base at the bottom. This is going to sort of act as like a support, similar to a cast. So once you've got this wrist done, you do what I like to call a horseshoe, going around the knuckles. So once again, make a fist. So go right around the knuckles there. There. Go right around the front of the knuckles, all the way back to the wrist. There you go. Once again, make that a wee bit long. So the purpose of this just brings all the knuckles together, because when you punch, it gets spread out. So once we've done the horseshoe, we build up a little gap here. So we'll go there, section on one side, and then get a little bit of tension. Just bring it across to make sure the bones are secured. Once again, the knuckles, just bring it all together. And one last layer. There we go. So you got your kind of base just here. So start building up with like what we call like little doobies. So it's going to be little sections of tape ripped up, and they'll build up base. So we'll kind of come back to that one. Right. So once you've made your doobies, you've rolled up your 3 sections of tape in line with the same amount of your knuckles. You're going to roll it down at the little section, try and get it as dense as you can. This way that it's going to create a little base on the knuckles. So it's going to be basically an impact section. So it's going to be 3 on the bottom bit there to create a little bottom piece, and then we're going to do 2 layers in the middle to slowly bring it to a point, and then our last layer is going to be right in the middle, and it's going to be a nice little pyramid effect. So from here you want to secure it all with tape just to make sure it doesn't come apart when you're finishing the wrap. So one more horseshoe. You can do it with either a half section tape or a full section tape, it doesn't really matter too much. You'll usually go over this a couple of times. Shoot from the sides. So it shows like a side angle where it's like slowly building up to like a big horseshoe angle on the knuckle here. So from here, this is our base. What we're going to do next is we're going to get our gauze, and we're going to make a wrap just to secure this all in place, give it a little bit of cushion. So from here, once again, we're going to start. We're going to go 3 wraps around the wrist. We're going to go nice and secured. We're going to start just below the wrist. Make sure you get all the tendons secure. We're going to go 3 times, and then we're going to get the fighter to bring our fingers out at the front. We're going to go 3 times around the knuckles. 2, 3. And then we're going to go back around the wrist. So we're going to go just secure it around the wrist there. Once around the thumb. Go back around the wrist. And then from here, we're going to start to secure the fingers. So we'll start at the pinky first. So we're going to go all the way to the pinky, come back to the thumb, back around the wrist, all the way to the middle finger, back around the thumb again, up here. And by this point, you should have just a little bit left, at which point you usually kind of ask your fighter to hold with the other hand. There we go, turn over. You're good. So we'll get ourselves to secure the last bit of tape. Secure the last bit of tape. There we go, squeeze. Squeeze, nice and tight. Oh, you're good, don't worry. Okay. Perfect. So, hands out again. Go, so make sure that it's all evened out. There we go, perfect. So from here, I'm gonna do our horseshoe wrap once again, and this is just gonna seal up everything, make it nice and secure. So I'm gonna go from the wrist all the way along here. Probably could have done a longer one there. Right around the wrist, all the way to the end of the knuckles. There we go. So we've got a horseshoe there. Once again, I'm just gonna start doing the bridges. Once again, bringing all the bones in the hand back together, nice and tight at the end of this. If it's done right, it should basically feel like a cast at the end. Last couple pieces. Bring it from here, right across the knuckles. Okay. So at this point, what we're going to do is going to turn over the hand, make sure that our fighter's still got blood circulation in the hand, not too cold or anything like that. You seem pretty good. We're going to take a smaller section of tape now, and we're just going to go between the fingers, just to seal everything up. All the way up the knuckle. Between every finger, just gonna bring it back up on itself, nice and tight. You don't want these sections too long because it'll probably end up with a big tail at the end of it. Yeah, there's a lot less to cover up if you just do a short one. Go there. So, optional, you can either leave this one out or you can do it. I quite like to do it because I'm a bit anal. But I'm just gonna do a little half section just to cover this up. There we go, tuck it all in, nice and clean. Turn over, and then once again, just because I'm a little bit particular about this, I like to cover up the edges of this once again. So here, and last but not least, we're going to go from the thumb, so we're going to go back around towards the palm, so make a fist, bring the thumb in, there you go. Then I'm going to go back towards the hand, just to make sure that the thumb doesn't break out there. And then final step, I'm just going to pack everything down nice and tight. Just make sure there's no gaps. Everything's solid. So from there, get yourself professional level hand wrap. Open up. There we go. Nice. How's it feel?
Yeah, it feels solid. Good.
Good stuff.
Cheers.
There we go.